Hey there. Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Godmother. Can you hear me? My fish cakes fell apart. We'll talk about that later. I'll call you. I did everything you said and they still didn't come out right. They were good though. The babies ate them, but we don't need to talk. Hey, everybody. What's up, Smokey? How are you? Nice to see you. Hopefully, you are on American soil. Oh my goodness, I have some new faces. Oh, and another one. Hey, darling. It is good to see you all. It's always nice. We see each other and we correspond on social media, but we don't really get the opportunity to connect. So it's always nice when someone who I don't get to see shows up for these vlogs. Thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate you guys listening in. It means a lot to me. Hey, Shell, how are you? I have my headset on because I want to make sure that I can hear you all. So, or at least you can hear me. I got to hear my headset. I do a quick test. So, can you all hear me? As I set my timer. And it's hard to see. Okay. Still pale in the Midwest. Still pale in this piece. All right. I think I'm going to take my headset off since I know you now can hear me. Repping my children's school. And so that's the other thing. I think somebody was messing with my chair because last week my mic was, I looked like I was doing this. I was hiding from you all. I was not. But I'm now sitting on a pillow because I'm vertically challenged because you can't really see me. And I wanted to make sure that you guys can see me and I can see you. No, you will not get in trouble. I'm just glad that you, Smokey, I'm just glad that you tuned in for a little while. But you can bring me to dinner if I know what you're having. Let me know what the wife cooked. And somebody I was just talking to earlier just joined. I hope that you can listen and be on the elliptical at the same time because that's what you promised. Hey, cousin in Atlanta. All right, so I am going to go ahead and get started. First, happy Monday. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. I had a decent weekend. At some point, that's another vlog for another day. But it wasn't too bad. We got out and about. I worked out today. I did. I worked out. I was supposed to go work out yesterday, but it snowed and it's supposed to snow again tonight. And those of you that are on my social media, my intention was to go walking like around the mall, but it was snowing and the weather was kind of bad and the visibility was kind of bad. We weren't walking outside, but to get there and get back, I was concerned about the conditions. But I also was craving a cupcake. So I feel good that not only did I not exercise, which I don't feel good about, but I didn't go get the cupcakes that I wanted. So I feel like it's a wash. I actually feel like I deserve the cupcakes that I wanted, that I craved for yesterday because I made good choices yesterday. I feel like I still should get a cupcake, but I didn't. So whatever. As always, please continue to subscribe. You guys have been wonderful. Tell your friends. I can pretty much see how many people view, and I'm averaging somewhere between 300 and 700 views a week. So that's pretty awesome. So please share with your friends. I really, really, really appreciate that. More to come about my life choices soon. But this is February. So in addition to it being Black History Month, I know some of you question my ethnicity. We talk about this all the time, but I promise you, I'm an African-American woman. I know some of you question that. I know, but I am, I promise. I was going to say her name, but I don't want to get sued. So let me not do that. I'm not someone impostoring as an African-American woman. I am not that. So in addition to it being that, it's also Valentine's Day week coming up, right? 14th is coming up. So happy Valentine's Day to all of you who celebrate it. The husband and I don't. We never have. We used to make gifts. They had to be less than $25. You had to make it and you had to show receipts. This was BC, before children. One year, I can actually tell you this story. And we beautiful gifts, like we've made things and frames and all this stuff. One year, I thought that I was going to give him a lap dance. In my head, it sounded like a really cool thing to do. And that is when I learned that we don't give strippers enough credit. We just don't. Exotic dancers, we don't give them enough credit. And so I had practiced, I had these really high red patent leather pumps. I came out to Mysticals, shake it fast, show me what you're working with. So I thought, I was about to do something. Man, listen, 63 seconds in, your girl was winded. Winded. Do you hear me? I was like asthmatic. I couldn't breathe. And then I wiped out in the red patent leather shoes. This is a true story. I had, I was on a rug because it was in my living room and I had them on a chair and, I was trying to lap dance. Man, my ankles gave way and I wiped out. The husband was like, never mind. We good. No, it's cool. Never mind. So that's one of, if you ask him this story, he will absolutely tell you about the striptease that wasn't. I'm sorry. I tried. And let me say something. I haven't tried since. Not since. No. Why would I do that? And now I'm older and stuff breaks easier, more easily. No, ma'am, no, sir. Not doing that. And this was when we weren't, were we married? I think we were engaged. So that was over 20 years ago. I was cute back then. Don't judge me. I see y'all with your little laughter emojis. Don't judge me. That's not nice. But while we're talking about Valentine's Day, I wanted to talk about marriage, right? So I don't know if all of you know this, but the husband and I are co-leaders of our marriage ministry at church. We've been on the marriage ministry for years, almost since we've been members of this church. But in the last year or so, we were asked by a pastor, which is always humbling, if we would lead the ministry. And I have to be honest, originally we were very apprehensive. We said no because, we didn't feel like we were experienced enough, that we had gone through enough to actually lead those who were interested in participating in the ministry. But he kept asking. And so we said, okay, we would try it. And so we have a wonderful, wonderful core team. Shout out to them who are just excited. And we have representation of a little bit of everybody, baby boomers and Gen Xers, millennials, we're trying to get a millennial couple in, but just so that we have a breadth of knowledge that could speak to various groups that have been married. And so it's really interesting. We've struggled in the marriage ministry on and off. It kind of ebbs and flows because there is almost like a negative mystique around marriage ministry. Most people believe that you only go to the marriage ministry when you're in trouble. That it's just to, look for help. And when you're at your wit's end and you have nothing left. And that's really not the purpose of the marriage ministry. It really is supposed to be designed to fortify your marriage within Christ. That's really the purpose of it. It is to encourage and pray for you and be around like-minded people who want to be married God's way. Really, honoring the commandments and just talking about various biblical, using the Bible really just to reinforce what you believe marriage is. Excuse me. And so we've kind of been struggling with how to bring people more into the ministry. And so one of the things that we've been doing is we've been conducting what we call date nights. So a lot of us, have children and families, or they might be empty nesters, or they could have, they might be taking care of an elderly parent or grandchildren. So every few months we have an event where we invite all the married couples, first come, first serve, and we go someplace outside of church. In case some people, like your girl, wants to have communion that's a little bit fermented. That's me. Don't judge me. Jesus knows my heart. And he knows that I like brown liquor that I now can't have. That's neither here nor there. I'm just saying. So we go to restaurants and we talk and we laugh and we do, various kinds of exercises just as a way of, talking and fellowshipping. One of the things our pastor said recently is, we know each other, but we don't know each other. We can say hi and speak, but do we really know each other? Can we really fellowship? Can we, talk to members of our ministry and really know how they're doing and what they're going through and pray for them when they need it and feel comfortable enough to have conversations. So that's kind of what we are dealing with. And these are some of the lessons I've learned, two really big ones. The first is I don't judge people. That I don't do. Because what I've learned is that not everyone's straw breaks that particular camel. Everybody has a different straw for their camel's back. Everybody does. The other thing that I learned is that God truly is in the miracle making business, because there are situations and events in married couples' lives, really, really heavy stuff. And sometimes it is literally the grace of God that pulls people through, where you didn't think or believe that, a marriage had a shot. And God has a way of pulling people back together for the right reasons, if they pay attention. And we've witnessed some very heavy things and things, and I'm not talking about, as an example, infidelity. I'm not really talking about that, because believe it or not, that is really light compared to some of the other stuff. It could be addiction. It could be the death of a child, just a host of things. Blended families, you would be really surprised how deep feelings are surfaced around things when they're not discussed. And so I'm often very, I'm not surprised, but oftentimes I'm reminded of how awesome God is when we participate in this stuff. So this brings me to a topic of the conversation that is a bit controversial. Those of you that have been, watching TV or been on social media or the news, know about what's going on with B. Smith. So for those of you who do not know who B. Smith is, she was, in the African American community, she was our Martha Stewart, really. A model, an excellent cook, an entertainer, a restaurateur. She's the reason, actually, that I don't use Jiffy cornbread anymore. For those of us who are very clear what Jiffy cornbread is, some of my non-white folks, non-Black folks, some of you white folks that are my friends, you probably don't know what Jiffy cornbread is. Well, it is a staple in most Black households. B. Smith actually endorsed Betty Crocker cornbread. And I use it to this day. It tastes so much better. And I tell my friends, it comes in a package. But she's the reason that I converted from Jiffy to Betty Crocker. Well, now, B. Smith, she did household wares. She had her own TV show. Like, she was a big, big deal. Well, she has Alzheimer's, pretty advanced, right? And her husband has made some controversial decisions with regard to their living arrangements. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I told you what I learned in marriage ministries, I don't judge folks. I don't do that. I don't know what their decision process was. I don't know what his was. I don't know if they came to some mutual understanding. I don't know what it is. But in any event, it has prompted a lot of discussion everywhere, not just in the Black community, but everywhere. So much so that the husband and I started talking about it. And this is what I said to him. And some of you may not like it, but oh well, I'm a grown up. Who cares? What I said to my husband is, all that I ask is that you grant me dignity and respect. That's all I want. That's it. If I have some pretty deteriorating, debilitating disease, dementia, cancer, anything that is a long drawn out illness, I do not want you to die with me. I don't. And I'm saying this on record. I do not want you to die with me. I don't want you to exist. I want you to live. That is what I want for you. I do not, if I go before you, if God takes me before you, if I transition before you, I do not want you to die in the casket with me. That is not what I want, ever. I don't ever want that, okay? I get in sickness and health, till death do us part. I get it, and I take those vows very, very seriously. I do. My however to that is, if I have an illness where I am not what I was to you, if I don't remember you, if I'm not the person you built a life with, if I am an invalid, and I can't move, I do not want you to suffer with me. I want you still to live. So if that means that you need, because you will, someone to talk to, if you need companionship, I am good with that, because I'm not what we were. We're not what we were. I'm not what I was. I'm good with that. Just give me dignity and respect. I do not want you companioning in my home that we built together with my children present. That's not what I want. I want you to respect me as your wife, and I want you to respect our children. Okay? Our children as their mother, our children, period. I want you to respect us, and I will do the same for you. I will not disrespect you or compromise your dignity. I say this to my children all the time. Listen, all I want you to do when I get old is treat me the way I treat you. Feed me, change my diapers, make me smell good, fix my wig, make sure it's even. Don't have me looking crooked. Make sure my lipstick doesn't look like a clown. Okay? Make sure my teeth are right. And visit me, hold my hand, right? Put me in front of a beautiful maple oak tree. Let me listen to the birds. Take care of me. Treat me the way I have treated you. Give me dignity and respect. That's it. Because that is what I will do. That is what I've done. That is what I will always give you. Always. And I realize that the whole till death do us part, people are saying, he should, honor her and let her do, she's still his wife and all that. I get all of that. I have seen Alzheimer's firsthand. My grandmother had it, as did her mother. And so for me, I know what it's like to see someone who's not what they were, have no memory of you whatsoever. I've seen that up close. So they're not the same. They're not the same person that you love, that you fell in love with. And my excuse to that is, again, I'm all for companionship. I really am. As long as you give me dignity and respect as your wife. That's it. Now, the husband and I don't agree. We do not. He says that he would never, he wouldn't, he couldn't, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you say that now, but we're not in that situation. I'm telling you that you have permission. And I'm telling you all on this vlog, he has permission. I was like, but don't be disrespectful, because my people will come for you. I fully believe that all of you will. I don't have a beehive, but I got something. I got a peoples. I got some peoples that'll come for you if you don't do right by me. That's all I'm saying. Do you know what the husband said to me when I told him that? What I said? He said, well, we should go pick out somebody now. I'm going to end with that. That's what he said. So you eyeing my friends? Is that what you're doing? He's like, I'm just saying, if you giving me permission, well, let me bring you through the selection process. Let me give you some input. So pray for him as I pray for y'all, because he may be on life support tomorrow. Yeah. So love y'all. Happy Monday. Yeah, he said it for real. Ask him. He absolutely said it.